Hi, love. Thanks for joining me. It's Billy Lightwalker. I've been thinking about how a lot of us have intelligence, cosmic material, cosmic map waiting within that we're trying to allow to surface, that we're trying to figure out the methods, the resources, the pathway that we can best use to allow this intelligence within, this inner fire, like this soul expression, come forward and merge the mundane and the mystical, this multidimensional experience that we're all, exploring. How can we bring this knowing forward so that we can take the next best steps? And, for me, I have discovered that there is a direct correlation between magnetics of the earth, the mother source, and our soul map with connecting the sacred site of home with the magnetics and currents of energy that run through the other nodal points across the earth, other sacred sites, the ancient sites that we know and are drawn to over and over. And have been curious for over a decade how to thread and weave and bring that source of energy back home as a landing pad for regular people. We aren't designed to live at the ancient sites, all of us, but however, our unique essence, our unique soul mission, and our unique creative visions have a path that is trying to anchor and land. And we do that through the power of the magnetics of our own hearth, our home, the land that we call home, whether we own or are still renting, or maybe we're still traveling souls, but we find a place that we land to rest. And what I've discovered is that allowing yourself to self-pilgrimage and go to the places that are calling to your soul, that speak, it's undeniable that you feel something desiring to emerge and come forth from within you. It's unexplainable. You just have to connect with this place. And whenever I've done so, there has been a deep cosmic wisdom that has come organically, has risen to the surface. And it's a cellular knowing, it's an ancient knowing, it's a soul being knowing. And it's helped me on my path every time. And I've approached these sacred sites without expectation. And, you go with the intention to connect with the spirit of place and with reverence and speaking to the guardian of that space, the divine collaboration with the earth magnetics and the structure, unless it's man-made or natural structure, this space of resonance will stimulate and accelerate the things of our knowing, the designs of our self-mastery, that when we stop trying to force so much, stop trying to force the answers to come through, that this natural design, this natural cosmic map begins to light up within. And so as we're walking through sacred sites and across the land and connecting with this grid network of intelligence, we begin to self-illuminate, and what truly needs to come forward, we have access to. And things begin to be answered that we didn't know need to be answered. Or perhaps we are given a vision, we are given a new mission, a new creation to bring into form. And so this is where the passage of merging the mundane and the mystical becomes a divine sacred union. And we bring this information back home, and it integrates into the mundane world of our life, and it begins to shift things around us that maybe we didn't see before, or maybe that we didn't know how to raise the consciousness of and give it life. And objects become landing marks, resonance tools, grounding rods, and will influence our memory of pilgrimage. And thus, our home, our hearth, becomes a space of sacred travel where we can tap into these energetics from the tools and the information that we received. It becomes a practice that it doesn't leave us. It's, once our cellular memory is awakened, what we've made space for becomes stored within. And so we bring that back home and share it with the land around us, and can take what we've learned on pilgrimage and use those practices to light up the grid where we live, which is the whole entire purpose. And once we move out into an experience of sacred travel, things come alive within us that have been waiting, sometimes many lifetimes, to connect the soul and the inner fire and allow a sacred seal to come forward and speak and bring this language of light into form. And then we are able to reclaim how powerful our connection with the mundane physical realm is to connecting this metaphysical journey. And so that is where the sacred site of home is a powerful practice, and it takes a lot of listening and tuning in to right timing. However, we can start right this very moment today by listening to the land where we live and opening our hearts and our inner flame to that source consciousness that is ready to move a creative vision of the land through us, wherever we call home. So that is part of the experience of our traveling soul here, to connect these realms, not to lift off and forget home. And the more that we do that, we rediscover home within a new place. More space is made to allow the soul to anchor. And I wish you well on that journey. Talk to you soon.